Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear. 'Cause now that I've done it, my heart...
All right. Oh, that weird music that comes on underneath when I start this podcast. Welcome, everybody. It's July 2024. You're at the Song Club, in case you're wondering where you were. I often wonder where I am at, because I'm in the middle of outer space, and, you've got all these familiar landmarks, your house, people that you know, street signs. But if you step back a bit, like a million miles, if you step back a million miles and look, you're like, oh shit, where the fuck, where, what are we? Oh, we're in the middle of space. Oh, and I guess we're traveling at the speed of light through space. I mean, where are we? I don't know. I mean, yeah, we were like, oh, this is called the Milky Way, and we'll name this planet Earth. We'll walk upon the Earth because we're humans. Like, we just made up all these little, terms and stuff. And it's cool because, then you're just like, yeah. People come up and they're like, hey, yo, how are you doing? Where are you at? And then you're like, I'm good, and I'm right here on Earth. And then the other dude's like, yeah, I'm on Earth too, dude. And then you guys can just like go through the day and like eat food and stuff and make it through a day without like losing your minds and going, like being frightened to death by the reality of what is real, which is, yeah, we're in the middle of outer space. Maybe or maybe not. There are maybe aliens checking on our progress. And seeing how we're doing, and, hoping that, keeping an eye on us, so to speak. Like you'd keep an eye on your pets. Your pets know you're around. They see you. So, who knows what's going on with the aliens? We've yet to actually, show me, I can't wait for like a real life alien to like show up and just be like, wow. That'll be cool. But until then, I'm like, skeptical. I did listen to a podcast recently about aliens, and this guy was saying that the TikTok alien video that we got during the pandemic was given to us by the government to, distract us from the pandemic or whatever. So that was a bummer because that was kind of cool. And who knows if that's, that's just one dude saying it. Now, is that dude a doctor that's saying it? Yeah. Do I believe all doctors? I mean, a lot of them, maybe not the doctor that was like the vaccines, gonna kill you or something. That guy I don't believe. Oh shit, he's talking about the vaccine. That's so 2020. Is he going back in time? Yeah, I'm traveling, motherfucker. Time traveling back to 2020. My 9-year-old daughter asked me today, she's like, when did the Twin Towers collapse? And I was like, oh shit, that was like 24 years ago. 23 years ago. I can't do math. It's one of those two, though. 23 or 24. I guess 23. Anyways, how weird is it that was 23 years ago? And then she's like, oh, were you alive? And I was like, yeah. I mean, I was thinner. I was hotter. So hot. So hot that the critics hated me. Speaking of critics hating me, my favorite music critic of all time. Sorry, Andy Langer. Andy Langer's my favorite music critic, just in terms of being a person. I like Andy Langer. I like seeing him. Every time I see him, I enjoy talking to him. Now, do I see him very often at my shows? Hell no. Does he come to see me play? Hell no. What's up, Andy Langer? Why aren't you coming to see me play anymore? I guess he's not a music writer anymore. He's a radio personality. I do see him at radio events. And like I said, I'm always glad to see him. He's a nice guy. When he was young, though, when he was like in college, he would come see me. Like I would see him at every show, and he would write about me. And he was a big fan of me. And then I think when I didn't become like a superstar, I think there is a part of him that resents me for not becoming a giant mega, like Elvis Presley style star. He's what they call a star fucker. Like if somebody's real famous, oh boy, Andy loves them. I'll let you fill in the blank, but there's some people that are pretty successful in Austin. He loves them because they're successful. But woe and behold the person who becomes less successful. You won't see Andy Langer there, which is fine. To each their own. Each of us makes choices in our lives that don't matter, and at the end we face the Grim Reaper. With his black robe and his unrecognizable shadowed visage. Never used the word visage in my life. Not in a song, not in a sentence. That's the first time. And I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad that word came to my mouth so I could deliver it to you guys fresh out of my brain pockets. What do we got? We got some songs this month, should I say. I wrote some songs in June. I think I only got 3, though, from June for some reason. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It was one of those months where I don't know. The songs are due on Tuesday. I make myself write a song every week. They're due Tuesday night. And then Tuesdays didn't align right for me to do 4 songs this month. So I've got 3 of them. The first one's called Definition of a Fool. I like this song. It's a play on the old, only fools fall in love. Tired ass fucking meme that songwriters have been using for fucking 50, 60 years. I used it. Why not? What am I not going to wear socks? Because socks were invented 1,000 years ago by slaves in Israel? No. Fucking once they worked, they figured out, oh yeah, these are perfect. They angle, they fit your feet, and they make it so your shoes don't stink if you wear them every day. So I'm going to wear socks. Don't tell me, hey man, what are you, old-fashioned? You old-fashioned dumb motherfucker wearing those old shitty socks? Look what I got. I got fucking mesh feet made out of fucking space-age polymers, and they're mesh. And they wick away the moisture. I'm like, give me some of those. I want them. I don't know where to get those. I just get the old socks from Hanes. I hate to say this because it sounds horrible, but I get all of my clothes. I get all of my clothes now, not at By George or some fancy fucking place. I buy all my clothes at Target. That tells you, your boy is not cool. But what am I buying? I'm buying black t-shirts. They got them at Target. They're $6. I just buy them new, wear them a couple times, and throw them away. That's the way to do it. They're real black. They don't reflect any light, which is the way I want it. I don't want any light reflecting off of my body because it will tell you something's not right if you're looking at me in public. You'll be like, wait, that looks like Bob Schneider. If Bob Schneider was 25 years older and also morbidly obese, that would look like Bob Schneider. Anyways, that's what clothing that reflect light would tell you about me. So I do this thing where I like try to wear the blackest clothing imaginable. In fact, I daydream all the time about starting a clothing line with a type of fabric that I would get scientists to develop that wouldn't reflect any light whatsoever. That would be really cool. And then people would wear it, and then they wouldn't be able to see your body at all. If I could get away with it, I would wear what the chick who's the lead singer from Heart wears. She usually wears all black, but then she wears like a giant, like a boa thing, like her whole upper body's covered in like a big thing of feathers, like ostrich feathers that are black. If I could get away with it, that's what I would wear. And then people would be like, I think he's fat, but I can't tell because he's covered in feathers. And then I would confuse them. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to confuse the onlooker by wearing black. It doesn't work. I've seen pictures of me from stage, and it doesn't. Nobody's buying it. Everybody's like, "Damn, boy needs to, what happened?" And then you get rid of it. Then you get used to it. People get. It's weird. You haven't seen anybody in a while. I did this. I did this Steamboat reunion thing at South by this year, and there was a bunch of people I hadn't seen in 25 years at least. And it was weird. It was like the last time I saw them, they were 25 years younger and thinner and less gray. And then they're just popping up. I'm like, God damn, you got old, motherfucker. And then there was a couple that actually looked pretty good. I saw Joe King Carrasco. I don't know how old he is. He could be 90. He could be 70. He could be in his 60s even. I don't know. But I felt like he was a man when I was a child. When I first got to Austin, I felt like a child. I was 22, I think, when I got here. And he seemed like a gentleman in his 30s. So he's probably 10 years. He could be in his 60s. He looked great. And he was so nice. Everybody was nice, actually, that I ran into. I ran into a bunch of old people. Danny Crooks, who used to run the Steamboat, he was in charge of the whole thing. Danny Crooks looks better than he looked 25 years ago. I don't know what he's doing. He's discovered the fountain of youth or something. Oh, let me go back to the thing I got off track with Andy Langer because I want to talk about this writer, Michael Corcoran, who passed away suddenly on Monday. It was a real shock. He was supposed to come see my show in Buda on July 4th, which is today, I guess, if you're listening to this the day it came out. And I just was texting with him last week, and he was like, hey, man, put me on the list for your show. And I was really excited to see him. I hadn't seen him in a long time. I've hung out with him many times over the years. I met him when I first got to Austin. I used to read the Austin Chronicle religiously. I didn't have any money, and it was free, so it was like free entertainment. And he had a music column that he would write about, and it was so great. It was funny and interesting, and he would talk about bands. And if you were in a band, you wanted him to mention you, and he never would mention me ever. And I mean, what's he going to mention? I was in a band, but I wasn't really playing anywhere. And then when I did finally start playing with a band called Joe Rockhead, he would never write about Joe Rockhead. And we were doing really well. We were, killing it. We won Best New Band. We were packing the Black Cat every week. And I would run into him because I was partying back then, and he liked to party too. And so I would see him at parties and late night events and live music and stuff. And I'd always run into him, and I'd give him a bunch of shit. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck, man? Why aren't you writing about me? And he's like, He didn't like writing about me because he told me why. I go, why? We were at my house. We ended up at my house one night. I don't know why, but we were drinking. And we were having a few drinks at my place. And I was like, dude, why don't you ever write about me? And he's just like, man, I'm pissed because you're young and you're attractive and you're getting laid all the time. And I'm not young and attractive, and I'm not getting laid, and it makes me angry. And so I'm pissed. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to further your career And I didn't understand at the time. I'm like, man, you're being a dick. I did like his honesty, though. I really have always appreciated how honest he has always been with me. And I think in his writing, I think that's what makes him a great writer, is he's very honest. In terms of, maybe not, I don't know, he's always just struck me as somebody who's like, fuck it, I'm just going to say it like it is, and then fuck it. Take it or leave it. Anyways, now that I'm old and not attractive and women don't want to have anything to do with me. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some women listening to this podcast right now who are around my age and they're like, we like you. We're attracted to you. But I'm not, those are not the women that Michael Corcoran was talking about or I'm talking about. I'm talking about young, attractive women. My apologies to anybody who doesn't fit that description who might be listening, which is probably 90%. Also wish I wouldn't have said any of that, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm talking about Michael Corcoran. It's a big loss that he's not here. He's a great writer. He had a weekly email that he would send out that I loved getting. It was about all the old Austin stuff, history of Austin music. And it was just like walking down memory lane every week. And I'll say this too: he did write some he did write some stories where he was paid to write about me. He worked for the Austin Statesman, and they did a piece on me, and he wrote maybe the best thing anybody's ever written about me. And it was when Lovely Creatures came out. He liked that record actually. He thought it was pretty good. He said so in the article, and we went golfing, and he wrote a lot of cool things about me. He got who I was. He respected who I was. He got who I was. He thought that I had become a pretty good songwriter at that point, and that record kind of proved it. And he wasn't gonna not say it wasn't good. Like, I don't know. He was just. I like him. I've always liked him. I'm sorry he's not here, and I feel terrible for his family. I know his son. I don't know his son, but I know his son's around, and my heart goes out to him. I don't know what that's like, losing a parent. My parents, thank God, are still alive. But I miss him, and it bums me out. But yeah, that's, Anyways, I did. I did write a song. It's not this month. I wrote a song last month not about him, but I wrote a song called "Too Pretty to Love," and it was directly because he wrote a one of his emails that he wrote like the best live bands in music history. I was never mentioned in that, and I had Joe Rockhead was a great live band, and the Scabs were a great live band, and Lonely Land's a great live band. I've been doing it for 25 years, and I'm good, and I play with Mitch Watkins and Texas Bluegrass Massacre. I think all those shows are good. I think I should have been mentioned. I felt slighted that I wasn't. There were, of course, Austin. It's the live music capital of the world, they say. There's been some great bands over the year. The bands that were in the article absolutely deserve to be mentioned. I just wish I would have been mentioned. And then he did another one where he mentioned the best albums that were ever recorded in Austin. And I've recorded all my records in Austin. And I think they all deserve to be on there. And he didn't mention one of them. And then that's when I texted him. I'm like, hey, bitch, where's my record, you motherfucker? Anyways, he was like, I go, listen to In a Room Full of Blood with a Sleeping Tiger. I'm like, that's one of my better records that I've done. And just came out like 2 years ago. Listen to that. And he's like, I haven't listened to any music in 20 years. I'm like, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Anyways, he was coming to the show. It would have been fun to see him. I think he would have liked it. I hope he's going to be there. I always think when people are dead that they're around. I always think when I'm playing a show that I was playing Monday night. He died Monday. And I was like, I think he's here at the Saxon Pub watching this show. And he's like, oh, yeah, that Saxon Pub show's better than I thought. now that I'm dead. I don't, of course that's my imagination. There's no, who knows? All right, let's get into the songs. I feel like taking forever to get to the songs. Let's do this first one. It's called Definition of a Fool. Listen to it and see if we like it. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, it's cranky.
Sing about everything. I don't sing about a thing but you. It's true.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to interrupt here. So I don't know what's going on, but lately I've been writing these sort of like doom dak doom dak doom sort of Tejano sort of inspired songs. It turns out Doug Somm, who I've never listened to in my life, but I did go listen to some Doug Somm stuff because somebody was like, "Hey man, you're writing some like it sounds like you're writing like Doug Somm stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I like it."
The shit inside of me is true. I've been around this world, I have. So let's try to keep my stuff is true. Now I just keep my stuff around. Now I just keep my stuff around for you. I get lost in the stars when you are. Oh, but it's cool. Even though I guess it makes me the definition of a fool.
Yeah, there you go. That's that old age-old trope. The old "I'm a fool because I'm in love," and it's kind of true. Only fools fall in love. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick that our brains use to, procreate, to have kids, because we're programmed to not kill ourselves, also try to have as many kids as possible. Now we fight that, especially in our society. We fight that a lot. We're like, I want to have sex, but I don't want to have kids. But the only reason that you want to have sex, the only reason that you're horny is because your brain's saying, make kids, survive, survive, survive. Don't kill yourself, make kids. But of course, nobody says that. Everybody's like, oh no, it's the whatever. They tell themselves all kinds of stories. But that's all it is, really. It's just us wanting to survive because we're a virus. We're a human virus. We're on the planet. We've covered the planet with our human virusy bodies, and we're just trying to keep it covered and do anything we can to stay alive, and whatever that takes. Murder, theft, lying, dominance, power, whatever it takes. We'll do whatever it takes to survive. Because we humans. Nobody wants to hear that. They're like, no, dude, we're all enlightened now. That was back in the day. I'm like, no, that's who we are. Now you can pretend that we're not that. You can pretend all day long. People do it all day long. I like pretending that we're not that. It's fun. I like to pretend that everybody's cool and everybody's nice. I like the world that way. And it is, we live in society. Luckily we got police, we got jails, we got rules, we got laws. I like all that. I like all that structure. Keeps things, it feels safe for me. I am a white man in America, so, I got the pole position, as they say in racing, because of my, because of the way things are. So that's nice. But yeah, I like structure. I like rules and stuff like that. It feels good. All right, let's listen to another one. This next song is called Panda. Now, my daughter, who's 9, she likes to sing. She's really into musical theater. She likes to sing. She was hanging out with her friend who was in town for a couple days. And they were singing this. They were singing the song in the car. They were screaming out, "Panda, give me some sushi. Panda, give me some sushi." And I'm like, that's a song And then when we got home, I was like, I want to record y'all singing that panda part. And I recorded them singing that, and also the "Give Me Some Sushi," but then just "Give Me Some Sushi" part was weird. So I took that out, and I just kept the panda part. And then I made this song, Panda. It doesn't really make any sense. It's fun. It's kind of a dance song. And it's got my daughter and her friend Ruby, whose last name I don't know, but it's Scarlet and Ruby. And I was like, do you guys have a band name? We should have a band name for you. And they came up with the band name Sassy Apples. So this is Bob Schneider, joint production, feat, Feat, Sassy Apples, Panda. Let's check it out.
Dad, doing
Yeah. Let's get this. Oh, this is the original. Oh yeah, that's funny. All right. So that was the original Panda, and then where's the one? Do I not have the? Oh well, maybe it's this one here. Here, this is the one I ended up with that's got the actual. With the lyrics. Here it is. No, this one's got this "Give Me Some Sushi" too. Oh my goodness gracious. What is going on? Anyways, that's not the right one. Let me see if I can find it here. There's one more shot. I'll look in this over here. This is where the real one should be. Here we go. Show me how you do it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is the right one. Show me how you do it. Can't wrap my mind around what you keep dragging down into the pits of death. I'm about to lose my breath. It's kind of like a flow. There's something some can do, but not a lot can do is nice. Show me how you do it. Yeah, you're a superstar. All right. Don't need to go too far. There's that song. Panda with the Sassy Apples. Daddy rock is what that's called. Yeah, it's fun. I haven't done a lot of songs with my daughter. We did a lot when she was younger. She would come into the studio and just make up songs on the spot. Like, I kind of did it with my son. Me and my son did a bunch of songs, but I would, we would come up with an idea and come in here and I'd want to record them and make them, finish them up and make them sound really good. And so I don't know if doing that turned him off to music or something, but he's definitely not doing anything with music right now. And so with my daughter, I was like, well, let me just not. If she wants to do it, then I'll let her do it. And if she wants me to help her do it, I will help her make music and stuff. But I'm not going to just like, hey, let's make music all the time. I don't know. I tried that with my son and I feel like it backfired or something. So I'm just going to let her figure it out and she can do whatever she wants to do. Hopefully she'll do music because she's great. She's amazing. If you've been to any of my Moonlight orchestra Christmas shows, I think she's done the last 3 of them, and she's just incredible. She gets on stage, she has this extra gear that she goes into that's just incredible. She's also been on my one song concert. She was on a couple weeks ago, and she used to be on my live streams a couple times. And she's just amazing. She's an incredible performer, and she loves doing it. Man, it's late. I usually don't do these. I usually do these podcasts early in the morning, and for whatever reason, I'm doing it late at night. And Daddy's tired. Daddy got tired. All right, let's listen to the last song from this week. This is called Hairy Hat. I've been listening to just nonstop African music from the 70s because I was at the San Francisco airport and they had this exhibit there, and it was hand-carved African drums from different parts of Africa, and then they had like one of those little codes you could scan with your phone, and then it would open up the music from that was made using drums similar to that. And so I got turned on to this like Nigerian field recordings and stuff, man. And I was just listening to that in the airport, and I've just been kind of nonstop listening to that. Like I'll just take a song and then make that the radio on Spotify, and then listen to a bunch of stuff. A lot of it sounds like Fela Kuti, if you're familiar with him. Sort of like dance music, African, a little bit of English in there, but it's just fun. And so I was listening to this song. I can't remember what it was called, and I don't know what this guy's name is now because it's some African name. But I like this song, and as I was listening to it, I was like, oh, it'd be fun to sample this song, and then, and then write my own lyrics on top of it, kind of like Paul Simon did when he made Graceland, except he didn't give anybody any credit. And I will give this guy credit. He's passed away. This guy died, I think, in the 90s. So he's been gone for a minute, but he was great. Anyways, so the music that you hear is mostly this field recording from this album, and then I'm just singing whatever, my bullshit on top of it. And it's called Hairy Hat. And let's check it out. Here it is. Yeah, that's like, you can hear like it's a marketplace or something where they recorded this. And I added a little shaker, and I added a little, some drums.
If you want to hang your hairy hat on my door, you can hang your hairy hat on my door. If you want to hang your hairy hat on my door, you can hang your hat on my door.
And that's me playing the melodica there.
If you want to hang out in the sun, have a little fun with everyone. If you want to hang out in the sun, you can do it if you want to. It's all better now that the rain is gone. I want to sleep the whole day long. So wake me up before you're gone, so I can watch you disappear.
Yeah, that's my favorite line.
Na 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 na.
So yeah, there you go. The hairy hat. If you want to hang your hairy hat on my door, you can hang your hairy hat on my door. Now, where does that come from? Did I run into somebody with a hairy hat? I have. In New York City, I've seen some Hasidic Jews wearing some hairy hats, and boy, those hairy hats are so fucking fire, dude. I will say this, man. Everything I've heard about the Hasidic Jews in terms of their, some of their arcane religious rituals, not down with at all. But here's what I am down with. That look, boy. They got a look. Except for I'm not sure about the ringlets, but I do like the hats. The hats are insane. The square fur hats, oh, those are my favorite. And then I like the suits. They're all tailored, I think. I'm down with that. So, but again, have I been in Williamsburg recently? No, I have not. So I don't know where anything comes from. I sit down, I write a song, and I'm writing a song about, you using a sample from a Nigerian song from the 70s. That has nothing to do with a hairy hat. But I started, that's what came to me. That line, if you want to hang your hairy hat on my door, you can hang your hairy hat on my door. And I just started singing it and just thought it was funny. Or not just funny, just not like it was right. That was like the right thing. So I will say this. Whenever I'm writing a song, it just loops in my head over and over all day long. Or die, ever die. Until I write the next song, or until some new thing comes into my head. It's like there's a weird looping thing in my head that's just whatever the last thing was, just goes over and over. So yeah, those are the 3 songs from June. I wouldn't say it was the best month for songwriting for your boy. Is that going to stop me from writing songs this month? Hell no. I'm going to keep writing them. I do get this thing though if I haven't written a good song in a month or two, and it happens, I'll write 7, 8 songs sometimes, and none of them will be that great. And it starts getting I start getting anxious. I'm like, well, maybe I don't know how to write a good song anymore. But I just keep doing it, and eventually I'll write something, and then sometimes I'll write a couple good songs in a row. I think last month I had some really nice songs that I wrote, so. You just never know when it's going to happen. You got to do it. It's like fishing. You don't know when you're going to catch a big fish, but you're going to catch any fish, you got to fish. So if you're a songwriter, or if you're thinking about it, even if you're just like, you know what, maybe I'll try writing a song, you can do it. You can write a song. It's not hard. The hard thing is to write a good song. So don't try to write a good song. Don't make it hard on yourself. Just say, I'm going to write a song, and I don't care what the song is. Like, I don't care how bad it is or weird or silly or anything. That's easy. If you want to hang your hairy hat on my door, that's easy. Write that. Have fun. Write a song. You can do it. All right. Here's another song. It's called Junkie Junkie. I wrote this about a girl that I dated who she wasn't a junkie, but she liked to do drugs, boy. She liked to do her drugs, son. Anyways, let's listen to it and see what we think of this song. Already, I like this song for sure. This is a good song. Good song club song.
Junkie, junkie, phone in your hand, your high heel shoes and your dreams like sand. Falling through cracks again, no sunlight, just neon, man. Junkie, junkie with your color scope, your wavy walk and your super dope. Tight black pants and your ecstasy. Come on, girl, give it back to me now. Junkie, junkie, what you doing? Junkie, junkie, everything's cool, let's dance. Come on, girl, let's dance, let's dance. Junkie, junkie, what you doing? Junkie, junkie, everything's cool, let's dance. Let's dance, let's dance, girl. Junkie, junkie, don't talk to me with your mouth all full of that misery. And the maps can't be read and the lies all up in your head. Junkie, junkie,
Junkie Junkie. Pretty good song. I like that one a lot. Pretty cool. I haven't done it. It's weird. I've written so many songs at this point. What'll happen is I play most of these songs at the Saxon Pub. Now, if a song I really like a song, I'll start playing it on the weekends in my regular sets. If it's really good, I put it on a record. If it goes on a record, then I'll play those songs more than I'll play regular songs. But what'll happen a lot of times is most songs don't make the records. Now, I am releasing a lot of these songs now on Spotify as part of my 2 for Tuesday, which is song club songs, including this next song called Keeping It Real for My Baby. And really, I was getting a lot of people from Patreon telling me, hey, we love that we get all these songs on Patreon. We love that you post them. We're really glad to be a part of Patreon. We're glad to support you. But please put these songs on Spotify because that's where we normally listen to music. It'd be nice to just have them all in one spot. So we started doing it this year. And every Tuesday I put out 2 not new songs, but 2 songs from the Song Club. Now, of course, you guys who are listening to the Song Club podcast, you're probably Patreon members. If you're not, you can go to Patreon, Patreon, join, and then .com/Bob Schneider. You can join, and you can get 8 songs a month. That's what I've been doing for 5 years now. Is I give my listeners 8 of these songs that are just sitting on my computer, including that last one, Junkie Junkie, and this next one, Keeping It Real for My Baby. But from that pool of songs, we've been slowly putting these on Spotify. And the way we've been doing it is my manager, Drew, will listen to, he's listened to like, I don't know, 500 songs. He's got another 1,500 to go. He's been listening to them, and he's been picking his favorites, and those are the ones that we've been putting out on Spotify, including this next one. Let's listen to it. It's called "Keeping It Real for My Baby." I wrote this song a few years ago. Here's the thing: some people are going to listen to this song and they're going to think that I'm being serious. Like, when I wrote this song, to me, I think this song is very silly and ridiculous. Like a man saying, "Yo, I'm keeping it real for my baby." Like, that's so funny to me. First of all, it sounds like bullshit. And second of all, anybody who would say that is ridiculous. So I like writing songs where the narrator is kind of a ridiculous person. Now, I would never, ever in my life say, "Hey, what's going on with your relationship?" "Oh, I'm just keeping it real for my baby." That's so funny to me. So I would never say it. So to me, it's kind of this. It's a song where a lot of these songs are this way, where I'm playing the part of somebody. I have an idea of who the person is in my mind. I'm playing that part of that person, and then I write the song from that perspective. And now I'm not trying to write a joke song. I'm not trying to write any kind of a song. When I'm writing songs, I'm just writing. I don't have a set agenda like, oh, this is going to be a funny song. This is going to be a serious song or a sad song. I just write whatever comes into my mind. So that's what happened when I wrote this song. It ends up, the song is kind of serious, I guess. It sounds serious. I sound like I'm being genuine. I'm not making any jokes in this song. But like I said, I think that the narrator of this song is ridiculous. So let's listen to it. Maybe I'll think of some other stuff while we're listening. Here we go. I mean, already you're like, oh, this is some real shit. Like, I'll play this while I'm making out with my biatch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me get you some hot nuts. Let me put these peanuts in the microwave for 25 seconds.
In another life we met.
Oh, shit.
Fell into the fire.
Oh, we're talking about past life regression, son. Yeah.
Once burned, your heart can unlearn its true desire.
Oh, my God. Your heart got burned up in the fire.
I'm keeping it real for my baby.
Oh, shit. He's keeping it real for his baby.
Doing what I can to get by.
Oh, yeah.
I'm keeping it real for my baby.
Oh, that's the real shit, son. Tonight, who knows about tomorrow, but yeah, tonight. Yeah.
Pilgrim on the shore, trees burning in the wind.
Pilgrim on the shore with trees burning in the wind? Is that? Oh, that must be like marijuana reference.
This ship is sailed for home. It won't be back again.
I mean, that sounds legit, whatever that was, but it was just pure bullshit.
Keeping it real for my baby.
Oh, yeah, I'm keeping it real, bitch.
Doing what I can to get by.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real for my baby. Tonight,
it's not long term. Oh, yeah, sing it, boy.
Weight of this world pulls me under.
Oh, the weight of the world. It's called Gravity. Oh, that's called me making fun of myself the whole time. Yeah, my manager's hating that, by the way. And my manager, he's, I'm telling you, this is the best manager I've ever had. I say that, and I've had Doc McGee was my manager. He was a great manager. I've had some good managers. Don't get me wrong, but this one, Drew Dunleavy, if that's how you say his name, is the one that's the most involved of anybody I've ever worked with. He's working every day. I talk to him every day. He will probably listen to this podcast. He's probably listening to it right now, and he probably just heard me make fun of that song, which he loves. And he's like, motherfucker, I can't believe he's making. And then he'll think I'm making fun of him, but I'm not making fun of him. I'm making fun of me. I'm making fun of that song. I'm not even making fun of that song. Just to me, it's funny, that song. Anyways, he likes it, and that's one of the 2 for Tuesdays that's coming up on Spotify. It might be out now. I don't even know. But who cares? Because if you're a Patreon member, you have the song right now. You got it. We posted it today, or we posted it yesterday, because I'm doing this a day late because I don't care anymore. Because I look at my numbers on YouTube, and not very many people listen to this podcast on YouTube. Now, maybe there's billions of people that are listening to it on, just the audio. But when I look at the YouTube numbers and see that there's only a couple hundred people listening to it, it makes me real sad. And makes me go, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I even doing it? It's like that 8th grade movie where that girl's posting those videos, and they're cute and charming, and there's like 3 views, and she's the views. She's the one watching it. By the way, a couple of those views are me watching those YouTube views and being upset that nobody's watching them. So that's not even accurate in terms of how many people are watching those. So I don't know. You can't do anything about it. You can only, what are you going to watch it? Each of you guys watch it 10,000 times, and then I'll have 500,000 views. I guess we could do that. Or I'm sure there's a way for bots to do it. It's got to be a way for bots to do it. I wonder if that's why some people have a lot of views. Who knows? Let's listen to another song. I've got 2 more lined up, and then we'll get out of here. This next one is the original demo for the song John Lennon. That was on Burden of Proof. For sure, Burden of Proof is my least favorite record that I've put out. Now, I like the way the record sounds. I recorded it at Dwight Baker's house, where I've recorded all my records except for the last one, which I recorded here. So I like the way it sounds. The people that played on it are incredible. All the usual guys. I had the Tosca String Quartet. They played on the entire record. They were amazing. Danny Levin wrote some amazing scores. It sounds good. There's a few good songs on the record. There's one called Wish the Wind Would Blow Me, which is great. The Effect, which is great. And then a couple other ones. Unpromised Land's really good. And another one. And there are songs that people love on this record. I just don't like any of them. Except for I do like The Effect and Wish the Wind Would Blow Me. I love a lot. But the rest of it I don't like. And I don't like the song John Lennon. But I know people that love John Lennon. Kay Fry is one of them. The lady who does my merch. She loves this song. Anyways, this is the original. I like the original version of it. I thought it turned out pretty cool. And I was kind of shocked that you guys have never heard it. And I'm glad that it's going out this month in the Song Club, and you guys get your hot, sticky fingers on it, and you can listen to it and decide, whether you like it or not, or you're like, you know what, I like the version that's on the record way more than this version. Or you might go, you know what, I like both versions, and I'm glad I got this version. Or you might go, ooh, I like this original version. The cool thing I think about these songs is that the song you're about to hear, John Lennon, there's the version that's on the record. When we went in to record the song that's on the record, I'd been playing the song for months, maybe a year at that point, live. And there was nothing new about it, nothing exciting. It had been in the world for a while. There's not a lot of energy there. But the recording you're about to hear, that's the recording I made the minute I wrote it. Like, as I was writing the song, as it was coming to me, I was recording it. And that's what you're hearing. And that's the thing I think is kind of cool. Like if you watch the Beatles documentary, Get Back, there's a scene in there where he starts writing Get Back. And he's there just making it, he's making it up, and it's sort of coming to him slowly as he's on camera. And it's really exciting to watch. And that's what this is. That's what these demos are. They're, the minute I think of it, I'm recording it. And yeah, sure, I might not get it all right immediately, and I might change a little bit of it. And you can see that, like from these demos to the studio recording, sometimes whole verses get cut or some of the lyrics get edited. But there's something I think cool about the original demos. It also, the other cool thing I think that's interesting about the demos is it really showcases like where they come from, like, because everything comes from somewhere. So like if you were to ask me, what do you think your biggest influence for John Lennon was? And I would say this guy, James, what's his name? This British composer, James something or other. I was listening to his music at the time, and I liked Hop on the World is definitely me trying to write a song that sounds exactly like this other guy. And then I think John Lennon is a similar sort of vibe. All right, let's check it out anyways, and maybe I'll think of that guy's name. That's not the right one. Here it is. Oh, yeah, the 80s. The 80s drums. Out of tune. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care what they say, live forever today. I don't get that away. I got that away. I don't care what they say, live forever today. I got that away. I got that away. And the time in which we lived, came and went, where did it go?
James Blake.
What really happened, I don't know.
James
but
Blake.
I miss you so. And I can't believe that you're not here with me. You should be standing here beside. And I can't believe that you're not here beside me, singing like John Lennon sang. Where he had all the money in the world and didn't give a damn about anything. So his girl.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that you're not here beside me, singing like John Lennon sang. Where he had all the money in the world and didn't give a damn about anything. It's a piss girl. It's a piss girl. I miss you. Oh, I miss you.
Oh, that heavy gate
I
on
miss
there.
you so.
It's the noise gate.
I miss you.
Here it goes. Kick it, boy. Yeah.
I don't care what they say. Live forever today. And they can't take time away.
Oh, that bass. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
They can't take time away.
Oh, that bass is no joke, son. Oh my God. That's like a, I don't even know what that bass is, but man, I liked it. Boom, 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 boom. Anyways, yeah, that was it. So, John Lennon, if you like that one, there you go. That's the original one. It goes on and on. That song's long. 5 minutes and 17 seconds is how long that song. That's a long song. I don't like to play them very long on this podcast. You've got them. You can play them if you like them. I hate it when people play me a song and then they play me the whole song. No, just play me like 15 seconds. That's all I need. I got it. Don't play me the whole thing. I have a friend. Well, he used to be a friend. His name is Clint Wells. I thought he was a friend. I don't know. I love Clint Wells, and I hope he's doing well. I really do, but I haven't talked to him in a long time. And anyways, he would play his songs on his podcast, and he would play the whole song, and I'm like, what are you doing? Nobody wants to listen to the whole song. Just play 15 seconds. That's all they need to hear. I don't think he liked it. I don't even know if I said that. Maybe I was just thinking it. Who knows? Who knows? We'll never know. Chances of me never talking to Clint again are about 80%. And I don't like those odds. I mean, I could call him, but I'm not going to call him. And he could call me, and he won't call me ever. So we'll never call each other. And then we might just die without ever talking to each other again, which would be a shame. Because I miss talking to him for the most part. He's a wonderful guy. He's a smart guy. And he's a very funny guy. You wouldn't know it on that podcast very much. He's a bit of a grumpster a lot of the times. But I'm funny as fuck on that podcast, though, boy. Oh, god damn. Anyways. Yeah. It's. I definitely feel like we're at one of those military standoffs. But whatever. What can you do? You can't do anything. You just got to keep going through life and being a man. It's not easy being a man, but it's easier being a man than it is a woman. That's for fuck sure. My heart goes out to all the women in the world. It's harder being a woman. You're not as strong, first of all. Men can just overpower you and do whatever they want with you. So you got to figure out your strategy for dealing with that all the time. So it takes a lot more mental acuity. You got to be a lot smarter. You got to be more clever. You got to be more ingenious. You got to be more inventive. Women are all that. They're way more all of those things than men are. And then men are like, but we wrote this book. We made this building. Yeah, because you got your testosterone to help you squeeze your limited amount of intellect into a little tiny funnel shape. But you can't like go into a room and know what everybody's wearing and what they're doing and how they're interacting with each other and where the danger is and stuff like that, unless you're me, because I have that ability, because I'm kind of superhuman and I got that hyper awareness, even though I'm a dude. But even as a dude, I'm unable to, like, for the most part, consciously be aware of it. I mean, I'm doing it, but it's only later that I can kind of figure that out, like Sherlock Holmes. Women, I think, can do it in the moment. It's amazing what women can do. I'm a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of this idea that women are as strong as men. Because if that was the case, then, yeah, it's not the case, by the way. Oh, yeah, but... Go shut the fuck up. Anybody who's like, oh yeah, but on that one, go fuck off. They're like, oh, you're old. You're an old man. Yeah, I am. I am an old man. All right, the last two songs you're getting this month are two versions of a song called Killing Myself. Now, when I did the first one that I'm going to play for you, it's sort of like a club track. I call it club track, but it's just me being a dork at home playing electronic music. I don't go to clubs. I don't dance in clubs. I mean, the last time I did that was 35 years ago when I was dating a hairdresser in El Paso, and she would take me out to clubs, and then I would go out and I would go to the bar and get a bunch of free drinks from the gay men, and then I would go out once I got drunk and I would dance one song. Anyways, I don't go dancing, but I do like making all kinds of music, and I like pretending that I'm in a club and then I'm writing some giant dance song that people like, but nobody's ever going to listen to this. But you have it, and you can play it at your disco at home. This is an old song. It says it's from 2008, so that's a long time ago now. What is that? 16 years ago? Jesus. All right, let's check it out. Killing Myself. Oh, yeah. Already I like it. Like, that's German. To me, that's a German discotheque in 1989. Yeah, if that song came out in 1977, people would lose their minds. Yeah. That song comes out in 1977. People lose their minds. And I would be a huge star in New York City. And people would be like, oh, yeah, we love that song, that Killing Myself song. Oh, that's Bob Schneider. And I would, for sure, I would have some kind of face paint, sort of like adamant. I'd be wearing that, leather or vinyl. I'd be wearing some kind of vinyl clothing, which I did wear some of in the 90s, but I would have been wearing it in the 70s when it made a difference. In the 90s, it didn't make a difference. I was real fucked out when I was doing it. I've never been a fashion person. I don't know anything about fashion. I don't know anything about dressing up to look like some sort of superstar. I should have been dressing like a superstar this entire time. My whole career trajectory would probably be different, but I've always thought, hey, I don't want to try to fool people by dressing up. I just want to be me, and they'll see my talent and they'll respect me as an artist because I'm just being real and I'm being myself. No, they don't give a fuck, dude. Nobody gives a fuck. They're like, no, I want to see like a comic book character. I want to see like an alien. And I get it. I want to see an alien. I kind of wish I was an alien. Or, some kind of, like wearing a fancy hat or something. But yeah, didn't go that way. So what can you do now? If I did it now, it'd be just dumb. Like, what am I going to... I won't say this. George Clinton kind of did it, but George Clinton was dressing up for a long time. But then he got into his 60s and he just was like, I'm going rainbow dreads all day long. And it was a different look for him. And it worked. People liked it. Now he's back to just that natural fro with none of the rainbow bejangles in it. But he might also not be smoking crack anymore. That usually is a big sign. Like once you look your age, you're probably not smoking crack anymore. All right, so this last song is the version that I do when I play it live. I re-recorded it so that the band could learn it, and I do it acoustically. And this is me trying to sound like Wilco, and I think I do a pretty good job. And I think Wilco can go suck eggs because this song is pretty good, and they're really good too. So we're the same. We're the same. We're as good as each other, which is good, I think. So good. Way to go, Wilco. Way to go, Bob Schneider. Way to go, Patreon friends. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thanks for being here at the Song Club. Come on back next month. I'll be here maybe. I barely did this one. At this point, I really just don't care. My manager's like, are you going to do the podcast? I'm like, I don't know. Nobody cares. I'm like, oh, whatever you want to do. And I'm like, all right. Let me drink a ghost and see what happens, which is what I did. And then I recorded this one. Because when I drink that ghost, boy, I start wanting to talk a lot. All right, here it is, Killing Myself. We'll go out on this one, and we'll see you next week, hopefully. Or when I say next week, I mean next month. Hopefully I'll see you at Buck's Backyard in Buda for the 4th of July celebration. That's happening tonight, if you're listening to this on July 4th, 2024. Come on out. We got Marcus and Eric, the guys who played horns on Lovely Creatures, which means they were the guys that played horns on Tarantula and Bomb Bonanza and Am I Missing Something? They'll be there playing. Also, Danny Levin, who very rarely plays with me outside of the Saxon Pub, he's going to be there as well. He's playing keyboards and fiddles, so it's going to be fun. Hopefully we'll see you there. If not, we'll see you here next month. Take care. Oh yeah, this is a different song from that last club.
Take your love away and everything is crystal clear. I'm skipping through diamonds, floating through the atmosphere.
Yeah, I like this one better, for sure.
And when you lie next to me, I'm like a bullet in a loaded gun. You're so hot, feels like I'm hanging up the side of the sun. I'm killing myself, but I can't stop. I'm killing myself, but I can't stop. I'm killing myself, but I can't stop thinking about you.
All right, we'll see you guys. Ciao.
It's a lie, I know that I can't let go, it's true. I tried so hard, so long, it's all I can do. My head's suicide satellite spinning